experiences on board. You're the reason you've gone above and beyond. The reason you've become the world's best ever, a record 6 times. All this in just 25 years. Imagine what the next 25 will bring. Qatar Airways, 25 years of excellence.
We think these things are pretty critical. But it's actually connected just about everyone. Just about everyone else. It can open eyes, talk, and change minds about how business, and it can help you to everyone. So, ABC, networking for everyone.
That's good, hang on a minute, that's good, but we think Al Hilal fans can make a little bit more noise than that. Al Hilal!
سمعونا فين مشجعين الهلال.
Okay, Nigel, what have you got, mate? He was sat in between Al Hilal and Al Ahly, so I'll tell you what, we're going to change our allegiance. Al Hilal fans!
جمهور الهلال.
Al Ahly! Al Hilal!
احنا عايزين نسمع طيب الهلال والاهلي.
Naja, what you got?
So close to you right now.
Abu Dhabi, let me see those hands in the air. Put them up, put them up, put them up, put them up, put them up.
2022 edition of the FIFA Club World Cup is coming to its conclusion. The Al Nahyan Stadium in Abu Dhabi stages the match that will decide who finishes third and fourth. It's Asia versus Africa as Al Hilal take on Al Ahly. Welcome everybody. We've thoroughly enjoyed being in the United Arab Emirates with its gorgeous climate over the last couple of weeks, and the supporters of the two teams competing here today have thoroughly enjoyed themselves too, I'm sure. Al Hilal, who in just their second appearance in this competition have made a huge impression. They are the top goal scorers with 6, and they were unlucky to lose their semi-final against the European heavyweights Chelsea by a single goal in the semi-finals. Al Ahly, well, they could become the first club to finish third on 3 occasions, including last year when they overcame Palmeiras, the South American side, via the penalty kick route. Palmeiras in action later today in the final against the European champions Chelsea. So the sun is shining here in Abu Dhabi, as you can see. The two teams about to emerge from the tunnel, and both sides, I think, are relatively happy with the way they've performed here. I mentioned Al Hilal's route, a 6-1 victory over Al Jazira, the local champions, and then they won and lost to Chelsea, but they had some real chances of their own in that game, and they could have sprung what would have been a bit of a surprise. As for Al Ahly, well, they began really well against the Concacaf champions Monterrey, winning by a single goal to nil, scored by one of their rare goal scorers, Mohamed Henny, and then they were just not quite strong enough to overcome Palmeiras on this occasion. The Brazilian side getting their revenge for last year's shootout defeat by claiming a 2-0 success here in this Al Nahyan Stadium, the home of Al Wada, but today taken over by these two sides from Asia and from Africa. The Asians overall have had a wonderful record against African teams. They've won 13 of the 16 meetings between the two continents in the Club World Cup. Only 2 African teams have ever beaten Asian sides. So history would tell us that the Asians should win. They are in red, the Red Devils of Al Ahly this afternoon, and Al Hilal, who are known as the Blue Waves, will go against their normal stripes, their normal colours, and will be wearing this all-grey strip today. They'll be hoping it's lucky for them. Al Hilal, who won a record 4th AFC Champions League title, were the semi-finalists in the Club World Cup also in 2019. Their only other appearance, they finished 4th on that occasion, losing out in the 3rd place match to Monterrey, ironically, who have been here again, and that was on penalty kicks. Al Ahly have always competed well whenever they played it in this Club World Cup, but they've only ever recorded 1 victory against a nation team. That was Sanfrecce Hiroshima in 2012. They beat them by 2 goals to 1, otherwise they've lost to the likes of Al Ittihad and Guangzhou Evergrande. There's a very good crowd in the stadium today. We weren't quite sure what to expect, but the stadium is a very colourful sight, I do assure you. The referee in the middle of the picture is from France, Clément Turpin, 39 years of age. He also was in charge of Ali's game against Palmeiras in the stadium. So there's a touch of familiarity about everything that's going on here today. Team news for you in a few minutes after the sides have emerged from the tunnel. So here they come. This is the match which will decide 3rd place in the FIFA Club World Cup of 2022. It is Al Hilal versus Al Ahly. Saudi Arabia versus Egypt. Asia versus Africa. Put all that together and you have an excellent match-up here. Al Hilal, the 17-time Saudi Arabian champions. And they won against Al Jazira by a Club World Cup record-winning margin by 6 goals to 1. And they have been nicknamed the best Asian club of the 20th century. Whereas Al Ahly have won more trophies in their history than just about any club in the world. So it's a prestigious occasion here in Abu Dhabi. Just one thing to add, and I think it's important that you should know this, that there will be no extra time today. So if the score's a level on 90 minutes, we go straight into a penalty shootout, which is a pretty sensible decision. Al Hilal have made quite a few changes today. And Al Ahly are welcoming back 4 players to the starting lineup who featured a week ago, indeed just less than a week ago, in the African Cup of Nations final for Egypt against Senegal. It turned out to be a disappointing day for them, losing on penalty kicks. Let's see how this Egyptian representative goes on today here in the UAE. Ali Malul on the end of the line there, one of the most seasoned players that we can go back to the likes of 2012 when some of these Ali players were playing in the Club World Cup in those days. Played in consecutive seasons. And now the teams break, the fans get themselves ready, and we can have a look at what lies ahead of us. After the obligatory team photographs. The first side we look at, Mohamed Al Owais is in for a debut. They've just signed him, and he will be in goal today for Al Hilal. Al Mafraj is a new boy in the heart of defence alongside the Korean Hyun-Soo Kang. Saud Abdul Hamid is also introduced for the first time, but then Quella and Pereira and Carrillo and Mariga are all non-Saudis playing for Al Hilal. They come from the likes of Portugal and Mali and Colombia and Peru. And this is the way they will line up. And so referee Clément Turpin is assisted today by Nicolas Danos and Cyril Gringor. 4th official Cyril Ramos from Mexico. And in charge of the team indoors today, Willy Deloford of France, assisted by a gentleman from the Netherlands and Argentina. Now we'll look at the way the Egyptians, who are top of their league at the moment, will line up. And I'll pick out the names of those players. One of them is Abdul Monem, just going through here, number 24. The other's number 8, Hamdi Fati. Number 17, Amro El Soulia. And number 10, Mohammed Sharif, who all were representing Egypt at the African Cup of Nations less than 7 days ago. So it's been quite a week in their young footballing lives. Taha Mohammed will start in attack alongside Sharif and Abdul Kader. And this is the scene we have here, and it's a noisy scene as well, as you would expect. Plenty of vocal support from the Blues and from the Reds. Though as previously stated today, it's all grey for Al Hilal. And 2 coaches on the touchline. Leonardo Jardim is the 47-year-old Portuguese coach. They're born actually in Venezuela for Al Hilal. His counterpart is one of the most successful South African coaches of all time, Pitso Mosimane. And it's his 3rd Club World Cup. He also brought Mamelodi Sundowns to the finals of this competition. The traditional countdown and the referee's whistle. We are underway with the reward for the winners knowing they've finished 3rd in this year's Club World Cup. A good run out of defence initially from Abdul Monem. A sally forth as well here, which will feature Taher. Gets a good cross in, and the keeper spills it. Rather unnerving moment for Al Hilal and for their new goalkeeper, Mohamed Aloues, who was taken over between the sticks today from Al Mayouf, signed only last week after 4.5 years at Al Ahly, but that's the Al Ahly of Saudi Arabia and not the Al Ahly that we're looking at here from Egypt. Ali Malou always plays down the left, but on this occasion he's playing at left full-back, often left-sided midfield, the Tunisian international. Played all the way back by Quella to the goalkeeper. Quella at the heart of things again there in the centre of the midfield. Fires it out left here to Yasser Al-Sharani. This one will be steered back to Ali Lutfi. The goalkeeper's taken over from El Shanawi for this Club World Cup. El Shanawi, who saved 2 penalty kicks in that victory in last year's third-place match against Palmeiras. Out injured at the moment. Free kick here for Al Ahly. Lovely playing surface, as you can see. The ball runs nice and true on the green sward. Dieng to play it back. He's had a really good Club World Cup. Al Ahly number 15, Aliou Dieng from Mali. Many sides from the different continents have finished in third place, but Al Ahly, as I say, would be the first if they do win this one today, to finish in that spot 3 times. And taking the throw-in is Mohamed Hani, who scored the winning goal in the second half against Monterrey. It was his first goal for 18 months. Switched from the right-sided midfield position to right full-back today. That's the ball from Dieng to Malou. Malou, first time cross in here. It was aimed at Sharif. Don't think they'll quite keep this one, but Sharif was unaccompanied there, really. Found good space, and Malou spotted him, and it was almost a decisive move here from the Egyptians. Making their 7th appearance in all in the Club World Cup. We do have the virtual offside facilities here. Required. And it's been a successful addition to the technology as well, these Club World Cup finals. Just beyond the reach here of Yasser. As well, the new boys, Muteb Al-Mufrij. Brought in for Ali Al-Balahi. He got himself into a spot of bother the other day and got booked. Not sure if that's why he's been left out today. He's only on 1 yellow. Turning on this one is Mohamed Abdul Monaim. And a decent ball forward as well. Chance for Abdul Kader, plays a good ball in, chance straight away for Al Ahly to make an impact on the scoreline, and they will have the first corner kick of this game. A left-footed away swinger from Ali Malou, you can expect. He takes it short and takes it quickly to catch the opposition out. Didn't quite manage to do that, but Malou has another opportunity, but decides to play it all the way back to Hemi. Brilliant pass, and that's not bad either, and a chance inside the Al Hilal penalty area. If anything, Al Ahly have made the brighter start of the 2 teams. A flick of the right boot from Dieng. This time the range of passing is right, and this will come back to goalkeeper Aloues, who's won 32 caps for Saudi Arabia. Played straight out. There he is, and his debut for his new club. I think they were eager to have a look at him and in the lineup with his new teammates. And this is a perfect opportunity. before Al Hilal return to league action. Their next match they play on Thursday of next week against Al Shabab, old rivals. Al Ahly will play again on February the 22nd. They've had a match postponed in between now and then, and they're up against Misal Makassar. Well, to my memory, we've had 6 minutes of play here, and I don't think that Al Hilal have been in the Al Ahly half. Probably not we expected. Al Hilal scored 6 times in their opening game, though they did go behind against Al Jazira. And so they gave a good account of themselves against Chelsea, but they're having to defend again here now, but that's a wayward free kick, and Malul knows he can do much better than that. Very confident and competent on the ball, Al Hilal. Routine first time clearance onto the chest of Marega. Al Hilal really haven't settled as yet. And that's a weak ball out from their Korean centre-back, affording the opportunity for Al Ahly to get bodies forward, and this might be a free kick on the edge of the penalty area as well. Right on the edge. Rather nervous intervention from one of the new defenders, Saud Abdul Hamid. There it is. And the referee, no hesitation in blowing the whistle for this indiscretion. The foul was on the Al Ahly player advancing towards the edge of that penalty area, Abdul Kader. Four in red to aim at, but there were 3 around the ball. Clearly something they've been working on, and it will be Malul's crossing. Al Ahly have the lead. A thumping header, and no question about it, the defence has gone absolutely AWOL, and Al Hilal will suffer the consequences there. Great delivery, decisive finish, and Al Ahly lead by a goal to 0, and that is their response. Yasser forward, but could anybody have expected so much space? We go back here to the foul that was committed on Abdel Kader, and then this delivery is absolutely perfect for the big centre-back Yasser Ibrahim, who doesn't miss that sort of an opportunity, given an empty net to head into. And it's a stunning strike from the African champions from Egypt. A first goal for Yasser Ibrahim. His last one came in an African Champions League game against Raja Casablanca from Morocco. And he celebrates belatedly his 29th birthday, which came up 2 days ago. 1-0 Al Ahly. Coming in less than 10 minutes, what a boost it is. Well, it really did punish a very hesitant start from Al Hilal, and an early concession by the new goalkeeper, which wasn't in his script. Al Ahly's second goal of this Club World Cup. Their other was a winner, of course, against Monterrey. They went down 2-0 in their last appearance here against Palmeiras, but they're a goal to the good. I have seen a few centre-backs scoring goals here. Probably greater support here for the Egyptians than there is for the Saudi Arabians. Al Ahly always with vociferous support. And Al Hilal really have not settled into this contest whatsoever yet. The only thing you would say is there's a long way to go. And a neat flick of the ball there. We just about retain possession and we'll have a free kick, and this is the first opportunity Al Hilal will have from a set-piece situation. Pirae hunched over the ball, plays it short. This is virgin territory this afternoon for the Asians, but they might make something of it. This is breasted down and swift defending. Very alert defending as well from the goal scorer Jazira Club, who was the man of the match in the victory over Al Jazira. Scored one of the 6 goals as well. Just didn't sit for him there, but they have the opportunity still to build. Down this left channel with Cano. It's a looping cross. I think it's going behind, though. It is. It's just drifted out over the crossbar. Goal kick. A little bit better from the coach's point of view. Well, they've not come here to see their side get beaten. That's Abdul Monam's clearance, straight out of play here. Referee Turpin asking for a little more haste. Rouhani takes the throw in. It's a warm day, as you would expect in the Middle East. Pleasant day. And balked here by Fatih, one of those who has returned from Cameroon. A really key man in the Al Ahly starting lineup. Pirae swings on this and is caught, and it's going to be a yellow card. It's a red card. Well, that is quite astonishing. As early as the 13th minute of this game, Pirae going in. The opponent went to ground quickly. I think that's worth a look here for definite. And of course the video assistant referee, Willy Delajourde from France, and his assistants. Is supported, of course, by others, by Paulus van Berkel, by Juan Pablo Belatti, and by Drew Fischer. We'll be looking at this, but Pereira's got a red card. We've only had one hitherto in this Club World Cup. He's explaining he has caught the man on the ankle. I think it was he was going for the ball, but the referee has indicated he thinks this is intentional. He was turning his back almost on the opponent. And he's having a long discussion with the referee. He's staying on the field of play as well for the moment, which would suggest that everybody is having a look at this one. The referee could reverse the decision if it seemed to be a clear and obvious error on the referee's behalf. But for the moment, it's looking as though Al Hilal could well be reduced to 10 men for the remaining 75 minutes plus. Pereira, who has been linked with a move to Liverpool in the English Premier League and Manchester United, but he's walking off. So Al Hilal reduced to 10 players, and he looks rather disgusted as well as disappointed by that decision. Forlorn. And the play will continue with Al Ahly with a numerical advantage as well as a goal advantage now. Well, the French referee was close to the incident. Those observing it have decided it was the correct call. So it's been a rather calamitous start for the Asian champions. And those 10 men out there have got a lot of work to get through now. There's an Ahly piece of nice move together. One-on-one here. And this one, and the Korean defender's a little slow this time as well. Gives Ahly another opportunity inside the danger area. Ball bobbling around all over, and a shot here which is just tipped over the top by Alois. But there's a hesitancy, it was a Sharif shot, there's hesitancy about the Al Hilal defending today, which is uncharacteristic, I have to say. Well, he might be on for a goal there. He came close the other day. He did have a goal ruled out by VAR, Sharif, in the loss to Palmeiras. Here they come again. Henny will fire it in. Close to his second goal of the tournament, and they do have a second goal here. The arms are raised on the Al Ahly side. And the goalkeeper is beaten for a second time in the first 17 minutes here. And once again, calamitous defending from Al Hilal. Marega in the picture there. What a stunning start here from the Egyptians. Andy Fati celebrating. Let's have a good look at this one. It's fired in by Henny, the keeper up into the air. Marega, one of those going for it, but it's undoubtedly a second goal here for Al Ahly. Yasser was up again. Let's have a look and just check. It is his goal. I'm pretty sure it is. It's 2 for Al Ahly. It's 2 for Yasser Ibrahim. And 2 goals to nil. Al Ahly lead Al Hilal. Well, you'd have got long odds on that scoreline, I fancy. I don't think Yasser has ever scored 2 in a game before. And he's got a couple today in 17 minutes. A very noisy acclaim coming from the supporters away on my left, all in their red shirts. Al Ahly will do well if they can get a third here now, and they are threatening as well, and it has gone through. He's clipped. It could be another red card in what is an extraordinary start to this game, but the referee's giving nothing, I don't think. And the Al Ahly bench is absolutely convinced that there was a trip here. The French referee is not convinced about that at all, and was allowing play to continue. Once more, you would feel that there would be a VAR check on this incident. As Clement Turpin orders players away while the decisions are made. As you can see, the player down is Mohammed Sharif. He was on a break and he was clear through the centre as well. And my initial reaction would have been, if he is caught by the defender, oh, it's a good decision. It's a dive from Sharif. And I don't think, Massimani is saying, please have a look at this one. But from my position there, looking at the monitor, it looked like a clear dive from Mohammed Sharif. And the referee has got that one totally right. What a mess Al Hilal would have been in, mind you. If it was another red card there, they'd have been down to 9 men with 70 minutes on the clock. The nervous defender was Muteb. But so Mossimani is being persuaded that his initial reaction was a false one, and that there was no blame attached to the defender. Here we see again, he was clear through. But it is a blight in the modern game, diving, and referee Turpin has to be credited there with making a correct call without question. And Sharif hurt himself in the motion. But I don't think he will require treatment. Play will resume with a drop ball from the official at the foot of the Al Hilal defender. He can breathe more easily again now, Muteb. Repeat of the scoreline, however, as we're not even halfway through the opening half yet, and 2 goals from the defender Yasser Ibrahim have given Al Ahly a wonderful chance of claiming 3rd place here in the United Arab Emirates. They're in trouble again defensively, Al Hilal. What is going on in their defence today? The coach will be asking serious questions. A shooting chance. This time the goalkeeper in the right place at the right time to make a routine stop. And you have to say Al Hilal simply haven't got going. Monterrey will try to get them going here. In the 2 previous matches, Al Hilal started very well. And could be caught out once again now. A real vulnerability, and you have to ask questions of the selection from the Al Hilal coach here, Leonardo Jardim, because he's brought in 2 new defenders today from the side which played so well against Chelsea. Goalkeeper just about deals with this, not convincingly exactly. Monterrey very sportingly makes sure the goalkeeper's okay. And on we go. But the regular centre-back, Ali Al-Balehi, has been omitted today by Al Hilal. And it's sort of showing a little bit as well. This ball is prodded out deliberately. So treatment can be applied. It just happened in that little skirmish a moment ago. Well, we've had some exciting moments in this Club World Cup. We've had 22 goals scored as well throughout the almost 7 matches played. Tonight's final between Chelsea and Palmeiras will be the 8th and final game of the competition. But undoubtedly the man in your shot, Yasser Ibrahim, has been the star of the show. The 2-headed goals of contrasting style and fortune. The first, a very clear header when he was totally unchallenged from a free kick. The second, after some poor hesitancy in the Al Hilal defence, had opened the way for him to just climb highest and find the net a second time. Well, it's not hamstring, he looks to be a little bit tight here, does Mohamed Abdul Monem. And so he was playing in Cameroon a week ago. Really want to risk him too much. He's a key player to the international side as well as the Al Ahly lineup these days. He scored in the African Cup of Nations finals last month, a winning goal against Sudan, and back he comes. He looks okay. Fatih just stepped back into that centre-back role while Abdul Monem went off the field. Well, I think we'll have a rich contest if Al Hilal can find a way back into this match. It will have to be exciting. This one is not kept in by Ali Maloul, the Tunisian, who's got such a wonderful goal-scoring record as a defender. One mild surprise today is that Al Hilal have left out their most recent signing, Odion Ighalo, who scored their first goal in this competition in that 6-1 result against Al Jazira. A recent signing from Al Shabab. He'd started both previous matches, but today left out, which means that Musa Marega is leading the line. So the two he's played in a wider position. Here's the double goal scorer, Yasser. They look to split the defence asunder again. What a miss. Really should have been 3. Maloul will know, as just described him as being prolific as a defender. He's got 4 goals in the league this season, and you really fancied him. I would have said 8 out of 10 he would have put this one away. Actually had the whole net to aim at. Once again, Al Hilal were in disarray. Now this is better. It is Marega. Strong and resourceful, and could get the better of the opponent here, who fends him off, and corner kick. That's better from Marega and from Al Hilal, the Mali player. Scored a goal in the Asian Champions League final against Pohang Steelers, which Al Hilal won 2-0, and he's doing everything he can here against man of the moment Yasser. First chance for Al Hilal then to throw people forward themselves and hope to profit from a set piece. 5 grey shirts all around the penalty spot, so guess where the ball's going to come. I know where it's going to go. Out to Malul, who lofted high into the night. The whistle's gone because there is another stoppage, and Yasser, who seems to be at the heart of everything at the moment, is beating the ground with his fist, injured. Marega rushing his colleague away. Possible red card check going on here. Well, we've had absolutely everything in this game already. We've not even reached the half-hour mark. But referee Turpin is coming over to his monitor, and we could see a situation where there is another red card. All eyes on the referee, his eyes on the monitor at the side of the pitch. Here we go. And he is reaching into his pocket. It's a second red card of the match. What drama we have here in Al Nahyan. And the man who looks to be walking now is Mohamed Kano. There'll be an argument, and a long argument, I've no doubt. But referee Turpin has come across here. He's had a look at the monitor, which we'll get a chance to do ourselves in a moment. And, one of the tallest, one of the thinnest players, Kano here, is looking in total disbelief. But following on the red card for Mateus Pereira, Mohamed Kano would appear to be following him to the dressing room. And Al Hilal, their day goes from bad to worse, and it looks as though they're down to just 9 players. It's Yasser he's taken down. There you see, in the centre of your picture. And what a disastrous start to the afternoon in this battle for third place in the Al Nahyan Stadium. It has been for Al Hilal, the Saudi Arabian and Asian champions. 2 red cards in 28 minutes and 2 goals conceded as well. Well, Kano has been outstanding in this Club World Cup for Al Hilal. He headed a goal in the victory over Al Jazira. He was brilliant against Chelsea, almost scored against them. But this day ends in misery for him in Abu Dhabi. How on earth are 9 men going to compete against 11? Kano may be inconsolable in the dressing room right now. Malou will try and increase the pressure. Egyptians on a break to the edge of that area once again. Twisting and turning, contriving openings, piling on the pressure as you would have expected. I'm sure Al Hilal will give it their best shot, but they've given themselves a mighty uphill task. It means discipline has got to be of the highest order now for the Saudis. A tough enough task as it is. Once again, Yasser was at the heart of all that involvement, and it's going to be a cross from Malul, and it's Dieng. Dieng stabbing in the shot. Unsuccessfully on this occasion, but another corner kick, which they may take quickly. Five red shirts in the 18-yard zone. It is taken sharply and short. Pulled back here for Dieng. Whatever was intended didn't quite work out there. It may yet. Every grey shirt is obviously back. Lovely interpassing here. They can afford to be patient and just wait for the right moment to try and snipe and find a third goal. It may even be good enough to kill off the contest at this early stage, and we are on the 30-minute mark now. I don't think the Al Ahly supporters can quite believe the events of the afternoon so far. And they bide their time. Every outfield player is in the Al Hilal half. It's knocked over to the far side to Henny. Not able to win the corner and fouls the opponent as well. And it's a yellow card. Oh, the referee a bit free with his cards at the minute. I think Mohamed Henny's saying that's my first foul of the day. Doesn't matter in the referee's mind, it was worthy of a yellow card. What Al Ahly might be guarded against is making sure that they don't get anybody sent off. Taking down Andre Carrillo, the Peruvian striker, who got a goal in the last World Cup finals in Russia in a win against Australia. Malu was an important win of the ball there, back in the heart of that defence. Abdul Hamid winning the ball when he had to do, and cleanly. But if anything, Al Hilal came into this game as the favourites, just on the back of that performance against Chelsea, which was so good, but they've already conceded twice as many goals in this game as they did against the European champions. They were probably not at their best that day. Al Ahly at the moment right on track for a third place finish in the Club World Cup as they try to find a third goal on the day. Depending on where this one's going to end up. Goalkeeper hesitant once again. It's allowed to travel through there, though Fati can't quite control it as it comes flying out of the danger area. Back to Henny. Al Ahly are certainly keeping their shape. They've got 4 men across the back line, 3 across the middle, and 3 across the front. And it's a system that has caused a lot of problems so far for Al Hilal. They don't seem to have had the ball for an awful long time. Still the probing continues. Nicely done, Henny in space, cross ball in, chance of a third, poor header off the mark this time. Sharif, who has a good goal-scoring record, netted in that African final against Kaizer Chiefs. Can't find the net on this occasion, but he did find space, which is again disconcerting, I'm sure, for the Hilal coach Jadim. Race on here, and the ball stood up on the turf almost. Extraordinary that, the way it bounced. Just encouraged Al Hilal to believe they might get something from this. They might still, they're nibbling away here. The back pass is not on. There's an over-vigorous challenge, however, and that will be a free kick. Against Al Dusuri, who is the captain for the day. The goalkeeper wants a little bit of attention, it would seem. It was a rare foray. into the other half of the field for Al Hilal. Here's the goal we've just seen from the header from Yasser, flying into the midst of the Al Hilal penalty area and the massed ranks. Clear header, mind you, which Mosimani certainly enjoyed, and so did that young man there. And then the keeper punches it back up into the air, and it's a weak header from Marega, of all people, which allows Yasser another clear strike. And the keeper can't keep it out. What a day in the life of Yasser Ibrahim, the 29-year-old former Zamalek player, ironically, the arch rivals of Al Ahly. The referee having a little chat with the skipper today, Salim Al-Dosari. Interesting character, Al-Dosari. He once went over to Spain to play for Villarreal, and he had one appearance for them against, of all teams, Real Madrid. Bit of information for you. It's Al Ahly's whose flag is flying. 2-0 their lead, and over half the match remaining. The pass accuracy is up on the giant screen in the stadium here at Al Nahyan. It's saying that Al Ahly has a 91% pass accuracy so far, to just 85% for the opposition. So that ball booted away from the goalkeeper there, suddenly went to ground, which is why Ali Lutfi needed a little bit of attention. Check on the eyes, it was okay. Became a real hero earlier in the last year in the Cairo derby against Zamalek when he saved a penalty. Reminder of the score, because all sorts seems to have happened since the second goal went in. 37 minutes gone by, and it's Al Hilal 0, Al Ahly 2. A reminder that Al Hilal are the top scorers in this year's Club World Cup, with 6 goals, all scored against Al Jazira by 6 different players as well, which is most unusual. They may have some more defending to do now as Al Ahly begin probing again with Fatih. Very boisterous atmosphere amongst the Egyptian support in the stadium here, but that's a loss and does give Marega the chance to get forward, and he'll be awarded a free kick. Giant of a man, isn't he? Moussa Marega, 30 years of age. Played for Porto in the Portuguese league. It's been a curious performance from Al Hilal. They just have not got going and could be exposed again here now. Well, that's good chasing back, good harrowing, and now a gap appears again, and some in red will try to get across into the middle in case this cross is forthcoming, but he went for the shot, and the goalkeeper made a reasonable stop, not too troublesome. Back comes the red tide. Dieng featured, now Fatih features. He'll look to Malul to supply the final ball in, and he's making a sprint to the edge of the 18-yard area. The ball comes the other way, though. And Al Hilal just too slow in coming out with the ball, and losing it again. Oh, lovely ball out there to Malul. A tuck back from him. This could be number 3. It's a big opportunity. Still they come on, and the ball's in the net. It is number 3. And the man who is celebrating here is Ahmed Abdelkader. What a day this is for Al Ahly. I think they've got it won already. But once again, horrible defending from the Saudis. What a day it's turning out to be for the Egyptians, who are sensing that for the 3rd time in history they will finish 3rd in the Club World Cup. And Abdelkader, who's on loan from Suha, has got his name on the score sheet here, unless there's an well, I can't see there being an intervention. What's the number 10 Sharif as well for his? It's another goalkeeper on the line, but it's Abdelkader's goal. A little flick, and it came back to him off the defender, Muteb. 3-0 Al Ahly, and maybe they're home and dry already. Keeper can't keep it out. It's a super day for a super club. Interesting character, Abdul Kader. There's his name on the 40th minute on the score sheet. He had a couple of seasons playing in the Czech Republic for Sparta Prague. Never made it beyond their B team, really. But he's made his mark here in the Al Nahyan Stadium. And they're looking to make a further mark. It's a question of pride at the moment. And I'm not going to use the phrase damage limitation, because we've done that before and been proved terribly wrong when sides have come back with 3 goals in the second half. Oh, it's another one coming through. It flashes through the 6-yard area, just wide of the far upright from Malou's thoroughly enjoying himself. You can tell by that huge grin on his face. Great ball in. It only needed a touch from Sharif and it would have been a humbling 4-0. Look at the spin on the ball as well. A stud away. Three minutes to half-time. And I don't need to tell you which team wants to get back into the dressing room most. Having recorded a record margin victory in this tournament, Al Hilal are facing similar sort of humiliation now. Trying to spun the other way. There's the other Yasser Al-Sharani. He's been 10 years with Al Hilal, but it's the Yasser representing Al Ahly who is coming out on top in this contest so far with 2 goals to his name. And now 1 for Abdelkader. Only his 2nd goal in the colours of Al Ahly, since Smuha allowed him to join them. The man there, Pizzo Mosimani, it's a great day for him. Well, just so far, a long way to go in a football match. There'll be a couple of minutes to add on in this first half, that's for sure. The question will be, are Al Hilal demoralised, or can they show some spine in the second half? This is better from them. The ball did actually stay in the field of play there. The mass ranks of Al Ahly come out with the ball, which is then directed to the scorer of that 3rd goal, who look up and see marauding Malul down the left. Terrific run here. That's the sort of character they really need to show. Al Hilal will really need a goal, obviously, but that was better from them. Hilal have acted like strangers defensively today, and where they are, because the goalkeeper's new, it's his first outing for them. And a couple of new defenders in the lineup as well to begin with, as Sharif makes a good run out to that left-hand side, a diagonal run from him. Not much on in the centre as yet, so they'll probably just keep the possession going, and then they queue up in the centre of midfield. Al-Sulia again, he fancies a shot, whizzes over the crossbar. Amr Al-Sulia has scored in 3 African Champions League finals, an extraordinary record for a midfield player. The last of him, that 3-0 success against the South Africans of Kaizer Chiefs, and he hits this one with terrific power, and it just zooms probably a foot too high. Yeah, round about. Certainly the first 45 minutes to forget. We're going to have 6 more minutes, so that's the last thing that Al Hilal would have wanted. to remind you, we definitely don't have extra time, so even if they did come back with 3 goals in the second half to bring a draw to proceedings, there would not be extra time. We'd go straight to penalties. That would seem a long way away right now. Ahly looking for goal number 4. Passed the ball around superbly of Ahly. Never been in trouble in this contest at all. I think it was the first 10 minutes that comment was made that Al Hilal had not been in the opposition half, which was extraordinary. They've certainly not recovered from those early concessions. They're trying to work their way away now. But 9 men against 11 is obviously a tall order. You would imagine that Al Hilal will make a couple of substitutions in the second half, maybe even at half-time. Try to shore things up, try to make sure it's not an even greater humiliation. 3-0 is bad enough. As Ahly trying to find goal number 4 with a Dieng. Short ball from him to Abdul Monem. They can afford to just pass the ball around here. Hamdi Fati. No onus whatsoever on Ahly at the minute. Things we're not quite halfway through the added time in the first half. Thoroughly enjoyable tournament, I have to say. A very relaxed atmosphere, good spirit between the teams, some great goals. Looking for maybe another one here with Dieng on the ball. It's given all the time in the world to just flick it out to the right-hand side. Monterrey is having to act like a supplementary defender today, rather than what he would wish to be doing, which is running up the opposition up front. At least he's been awarded this throw-in. There's Monterrey, tough man to bring down. This time can't control the ball fully. Did his best, but space will open up down the right-hand side for Henny again. Slides it in. Not the best finish from Taher, who's still awaiting his first goal of the tournament. He's played in every match so far. He did get the winning goal in the African Super Cup final in December against Raja Casablanca. Found that one a bit acute. And just a couple of minutes remaining of the added time here in Abu Dhabi. Well, those odd statistical curiosities that Ahly have now scored 4 times and conceded just 2, but they're not going to finish in the top 2 in this Club World Cup. Hilal have scored 6 and conceded 5, so both in credit in terms of goals scored. That was rather lax, and it does allow Al Dossari to win his side. A corner kick here, belatedly. They've got a minute and a half in which to find a goal for themselves, which would give them renewed heart. There's no question about that. So the likes of Jang Hyun-soo, the Korean centre-back, will be up for this one. Is there a sting in the story of the half? Morega would fancy his chances. There's plenty of movement in there, and it's a great fist out from Ali Lutfi. And what's more, there's a marauding going on at the other end with 4 red shirts flooding forward. Can they find goal number 4? Oh, it's a rather weak ball. And there's real disappointment around me. The Egyptian supporters are going crazy here. They know that their side should have had goal number 4. This might be a yellow card. It is. referee administers the punishment with a smile. Tahir's got the yellow. Second for an Al Ahly player, Mohamed Henny having been the first. But more important that there have been 2 red cards, both for players on the opposition side, Al Ahly, for Mohamed Kano and Mateus Pereira. No question they're missing those 2. So it's got quite a long story of the first half here. So much action to describe. Much of it enjoyable, though. And the referee brings the conclusion of the half with the whistle. And it is those red-shirted supporters who've enjoyed it thoroughly. It's Al Hilal 0, Al Ahly 3 at the break. Well, it's been a horror 45 minutes for the Saudi Arabian champions from Asia. And it's been a wonderful half, wonderful 45 minutes for those supporters from Egypt here. As Al Ahly have apparently taken a stranglehold on the contest with 3 goals and a numerical advantage of 9 men against 11, with half of the game still to go. So these are the statistics. Yeah, that's 69 possession for Al Ahly. Not surprising, bearing in mind those red cards at the bottom of your caption there. 2 yellow cards for Al Ahly players. But generally, it's been pretty one-way traffic. 12 shots in total for Al Ahly, not a single one for Al Hilal. Nobody would have put that in the script. The penultimate game of the 2022 Club World Cup between Al Hilal and Al Ahly, Saudi Arabia against Egypt and Asia against Africa. And it was the Africans who struck first, with enormous room afforded there to the defender Yasser Ibrahim to take advantage of Malou's free kick. 1-0 very early on, but a clear header afforded the centre-back, and there was more trouble soon afterwards, and the referee went straight to the pocket and produced a red card for Mateus Pereira, the Portuguese player, for that stamping on the ankle of the opponent, and Al Hilal reduced to 10 men very early in the contest. It was soon to get worse for them as well. Henny driving it in, the goalkeeper managing to put it into the air, but a simple enough header once again for the same defender, Yasser Ibrahim. A double for him and double trouble for the new goalkeeper, Mohamed Al Awais, on his debut for Al Hilal, following a recent signing from the other Al Ahly, the Saudi Arabian version. So that was 2-0, and we still really haven't seen a single Al Hilal attack. And that might look haphazard, but the referee was soon to be taking action again, because Kano there, to the right of the picture, after the referee had consulted the monitor, Clement Turpin decided to send off Mohamed Kano. Al Hilal reduced to just 9 men. Malou was causing devastation down that left-hand side, and then Abdul Qadir here coming into the area, got the benefit of a ricochet, and a low effort went in off the goalkeeper, who has had an absolutely miserable debut. It's not Mohamed Al Awais' day, that's for sure, not yet anyway, but it looks like being Al Ahly's, because they lead at the break by 3-0.
is Apex #1 cloud service provider. Supporting you with cloud computing, data intelligence, mobile collaboration, and industry intelligence. Accelerate digitalization with Alibaba Cloud.
Predator is the cornerstone of Adidas footwear.
This season, we wanted to create a technical boot well suited to the female game, which is more technical in nature.
A weighted power facet is placed within the forefoot area of the tunic, which creates a weight bias towards the front. Together with the angled grips of the sole skin, supports the power transfer to the body.
Predator is the perfect boot for our female athletes because it's super technical and so is the female game.
second half.
هنشوف هنركز مع اللعيبه في الشوط الثاني. المباراه هتكون اتوقع انها تكون اقوى من كده ويبقى الحماس اقوى بكتير. خلينا متابعين مع بعض الشوط الثاني.
Okay. For Ahly, we'll take a look at number 6 for them. Ahly, he's already got 2 goals. Jazira has been a big threat for the side. He's an awesome defender. Of course, he will be interesting to watch in this half.
فعلا لو لاحظنا في الشوط الاول هنلاقي الفريقين اللعب ياسر ابراهيم وجود سوكريرو كان هما الاثنين تقريبا قدام بعض نفس الاول. بس طبعا زي ما شفنا الشوط الاول انتهى 3 الاهلي و0 لنادي الهلال.
For Al Hilal, Gustavo Cuellar, of course, those guys have been running around with 2 players less in that first half. It's going to get tiring. There are going to be lots of substitutions in this game. How can those substitutions make an impact or potentially improve on Al Hilal's situation?
True. فعلا بعد حصل طرد اللاعبين 2 لاعيبه من نادي الهلال ده اثر كتير على الفريق. بس ان شاء الله مع التبديلات اللي هتتم في الشوط الثاني اتوقع ان هيكون عندهم حماس وقوه اكتر عشان يعوضوا تقريبا اللعيبه اللي ناقصين عندهم في الفريق. ان شاء الله نشوف hopefully that things will work out with Al Hilal team against Al Ahly.
It's going to be a good, long, interesting second half. Stick with us. There's loads more to come.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with a game called Did You Know? With some incredible fans. This is, what's your name again? Osama. And what's your daughter's name? Asil, you're so adorable. And what's your other daughter's name? Asil. What's your name? Asil, don't worry. Listen, we're going to play a game right now, Osama. It's called Did You Know? All right? If you get the right answer, you are going to get a prize. So we're going to look at the scoreboard right there, and it says, who has scored the most goals in the FIFA Club World Cup? Is it A, Lionel Messi? Is it B, Luis Suarez? Or is it C, Cristiano Ronaldo? Now I need you to think about it. Think about it for a second. All right, and what's the answer?
Cristiano Ronaldo!
You got it right, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. Here is your prize. Oh, there you go. You got your official hat for the UAE 2021 FIFA Club World Cup. And here's one for your daughter as well. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to give a mask as well. Thank you. Congratulations. That's the Did You Know? Let's get ready for the second half between Al and
Welcome back to the Nayan Stadium in Abu Dhabi for the final time in this FIFA Club World Cup over 2022. Officially from the background it says 2021, of course we are in 2022. This tournament could have been played last year and was held over for obvious reasons. COVID has changed so many things around the world, but hopefully things are starting to get back on track. Well, one team that needs to get back on track is Al Hilal. The Saudi Arabians are trailing 3-0 at half-time here to the Egyptians Al Ahly. That man Yasser has helped himself to 2 headed goals on 8 and 17 minutes. And the third goal came from Ahmed Abdelkader 5 minutes before the break. Substitution here, as you can see, with number 70, Mohamed Jafali, about to enter the fray in the colours of Al Hilal, who have been reduced to 9 players with the 2 red cards shown to Mateus Pereira and Mohamed Kanu after only 14 and 28 minutes. So they've been playing a large part of this contest with just 9 men. And they'll have to continue to play the contest with 9 men. Also coming on is going to be number 7, Salman Al-Faraj, for his first appearance of this tournament. He's been out injured, but he finally gets his chance. Well, I erroneously just held up the number 28 there. Also coming on, wearing number 14, is Hussein Al-Shahat. He will replace Taher on the Al-Ali side. A much happier time to come on for him than it is for either of these two. And I do believe that Karim Fouad is also replacing Mohamed Hani on the Al-Ali side. So 2 changes apiece here. Let's see if it changes the fortunes. Carrillo, who didn't have really any opportunities, is one of those two have gone off. Salman Al-Faraj, as you see, coming on. And the big tall defender, 31-year-old Mohamed Jafali, is the other replacement for Al-Hilal. Cuellar has been sacrificed, the Colombian. It might take a minute or two for the public address system to catch up with events, as we see the first free kick awarded in this half for a foul by Fatih. What a boost it would be for Al-Hilal if they could get the first goal even of this second half. And the person who will take the free kick will be the newcomer, Salman Al-Faraj, who's a 32-year-old who's absent from the first 2 matches because of injury, a one-club man, and here he is, left-footed into a dangerous area. It was aimed at Marega, didn't quite get to him. That's just beyond the stretch of the new man. Got a goal in the 2018 World Cup against Egypt for Saudi Arabia. Missed out on the Club World Cup in 2019 for the Saudi Arabian side, but he's playing today, so eventually getting his opportunity. Al-Ali obviously in the red, now attacking the goal to our left as we look down on the pitch here from the commentary position in the Al Nayan Stadium. Only a gentle push, but it was a push by Abdul Kader. They're still announcing all the substitutions for the benefit of the crowd here. Good crowd, as I mentioned in the first half. Very colourful crowd. And the reds and the blues. A shame that Al-Hilal have chosen not to wear their traditional blue today. They are known as the Blue Waves. The red waves of attack is what has scuppered them at the moment. Marega will always give his best on the right-hand touchline. Played through the centre in the first half. Maybe he'll get his opportunity to play where he prefers in this half. The hope is that Al-Ali just don't go through the motions and protect what they have in the remainder of this contest. Certainly you would expect more momentum from Al-Hilal, attacking down towards the goal on our right-hand side with those huge blocks of flats and hotels in the background. Big scoreboard, as you can see as well there. Not just a scoreboard, of course, a screen. And this is going to be a corner kick, so encouragement right at the onset of the half for the Saudi Arabian champions. Currently 4th in the Saudi Pro League. They have finished 4th once before. They lost out in 2019 in the 3rd place match to Monterrey, but they did get a 2-2 draw in that game before losing on penalties 4-3. Well, they certainly settled for taking this one to penalties, and they've got a corner here into a dangerous area, well flicked away by Ali Lutfi. He's had a good tournament, replacing El Shinawi, the regular goalkeeper who is injured at the moment. Lutfi, who has 1 cap for Egypt to his name. Well, he's not put a foot wrong. The 2 goals he conceded to Palmeiras were certainly not his fault. He's kept clean sheets in the other 2 games. Got to get this one in sharply, and that they can do. No purchase on the Marega shot. And a nice touch of the ball to take it out to Abdelkader. Abdelkader back on the halfway line. Lovely moment for him to score that goal. This is Dieng, stabs that ball back here. No Mohamed Henny in the right fullback position now, so switches of structure by the Egyptians as well. Fati and El Soulia. One chance to score in the first half. Plays a wide ball here. I don't think he'd quite keep this one in. No, it's beyond the reach of the number 14 who was racing after that one. Hussein El Shahat, who scored in last year's FIFA Club World Cup in the opener against Al Duhail, the Qatari champions. What is going on? Use your head. Roughly translated. Just 5 minutes played in the second half here in UAE. Marega has to come charging all the way back to play the ball back to his goalkeeper. And then launches it long. A little bit quieter in the stadium for some reason. Maybe some spectators have been away getting their half-time refreshments. Just resuming their seats as Al Ahly win the ball back rather too easily. He'll attack with Ali Malloul on this left-hand side. He'll try to prod the ball down the channel. In fact, he's harassed all the way there by Saud Abdelhamid. So Dieng has been one of the stars of this tournament. Instigates a move down the right-hand channel. It's going to be deep in here, too deep, and Marega will turn and twist and should relieve his lines. He does, at the expense of a throw-in. Fati, Malloul. He was playing at the African Cup of Nations for Tunisia there until they exited early, quarter-final stage. Just trying to work out a routine which will allow a shot in here. Tucked back by Malloul, who takes again. A nice little move, this one, and Fati square. Could go square again. El Soulia with a shot. Just pulls it, but he pulled the trigger as well. Happy to have a go. Not a frequent goal scorer. He has 1 goal for Egypt. The man in purple delivers the kick over the halfway line. You get the feeling that Al Ahly are just happy to take the steam out of the contest, really. They're obviously in the ascendancy. They don't need to do anything deft and just keep the scoreline as it is. Add to it if they get a golden opportunity. Here's a race down the right, and it's a swift race, and it is won by the attacker. His cross was well met on that occasion. And I'm sure the half-time team talk for Al Hilal would have focused very much on the defensive frailties earlier, and the need to address that. Al Hilal 0, Al Ahly 3. again, the danger is to Al Hilal. And it's into the area here. Keeper makes the save. All depends where the ball lands, and it is cleared on this occasion. Nervous moments again for the Saudi Arabians, though. Malul. Referee says, pick yourself up to El Sulia. So he does. And has the ball again. Abdul Qadir, nice little shimmy there. Ball in is useful. And a free kick is going to be awarded against the attacker for going in too hard on the goalkeeper, who's rolling around in agony. And a yellow card is shown as well to Sharif. It's the third yellow for Al Ahly players. Mohammed Sharif for protesting his innocence, as he has every right to go for the ball. But the referee's administered 2 red and 3 yellow cards now this afternoon. Has he got a right to go for this one? Make up your own mind. He's in there. He's in the picture. The goalkeeper comes in the picture. It's just a collision, really. He was in pursuit of the ball. Problem is, it puts him on a yellow card for the remainder of this game. The highest scoring match in the history of this competition for third place was Internacional 4, Seongnam Ilhwa Chunma 2. Internacional, the South American challengers on that occasion, beating the Asian side, Seongnam. Five Asian clubs have managed to finish third over the years. Urawa Red Diamonds from Japan, Gamba Osaka also from Japan, Pohang Steelers from Korea Republic, Al Sadd from Saudi Arabia, and Sanfrecce Hiroshima from Japan. 10 minutes gone in the second half, make that 11 now. No change to the scoreline. Eventually referee Turpin will be happy for play to continue with this free kick. And there is a platform here for Al Hilal, but 10 yards inside the opposition half. Mr. Mosimari gives the ball to the opponent. Well, there's a wave of red shirts bounding forward here, although he gets the ball stuck in his feet, does Dieng on this occasion. And the first time cross should be easily met. All depends where it drops now. And maybe we'll have a white tide, but he's got no support whatsoever here. Clever little back heel, however. And then Al Dosori will continue. Regular scorer. He's played a decent ball in here as well. It's going to be a corner. No, the ball's gone out for a corner kick, so they can continue this assault to find a goal, can they? Oh, no, the decision is that a yellow card shown as well. Oh, a bit of confusion. I think he thought it was going out for a corner kick, did Salman. But Salman Al Faraj is shown yellow on his first appearance in the Club World Cup. So 2 reds and 1 yellow now for Al Hilal players. We had a few words there with the referee's assistant. "13 minutes played in the second half. 3-0 Al Ahly lead, a healthy lead. Given them early as well. The goals came all too easily for the Egyptian side, really. The opposition now has pulled everybody back. And there's not a single outfield player in the other half of the field. It's just a question of whether they can find goal number 4 at the moment. When you're down to 9 men, it changes the strategy completely, and that's what Al Hilal have had to do. Reduced in numbers, very depleted. They just don't want to suffer a humiliating scoreline. There are 4 grey shirts in the middle and only 2 red ones, so that is why they continue to monopolise the ball in this area. That is a good one, and it is Malul. Oh, what was he thinking? Malul is normally so dexterous in pulling the ball back for colleagues, and on this occasion, I think he must have been shooting. He must have thought, I can squeeze this one in between the goalkeeper and the near post. Well awry. Almost an hour played. Al Ahly have only ever beaten Asian opposition once. They've lost twice. Lost to Guangzhou Evergrande and lost to Al Ittihad. Their only previous Saudi Arabian opponents, and that was all of 17 years ago. That's nice. There's Marega. Push it to safety. Al Hilal can't just accept that they're going to get beaten. They've got to throw everything at trying to get 1 goal back to start with. The Egyptian defence coming in today without Rami Rabia, who's played in both previous games. Indeed, he captained the side in the first match. Given a rest today. Andy Fati. The linchpin of the midfield, Andy Fati. Probably gets involved again any second now. There it is, that's the pass for him. Just looking for one little chink in the armour. The 4th goal certainly would kill this contest, without question. Malul, his last contribution was not his best. Tries something more effective. El Soulia. Keen to spread the play, keen to bring the wide players into things. Just looking for a shooting opportunity anywhere. None presents itself just yet. Malul for the moment is keen to play the ball back in field rather than to try and get on the outside of the opposition defence. Calling for the ball again. Maybe he senses that there is a bit more room out there to attack this time. Yet again he comes back. Here's the regular source. And that's for the first time a real lapse in there, lapse in concentration. Marega got the brute strength to get beyond the entire defence. Well, he's played a good ball in, and that was good. That was excellent from Marega. But look at the number of red shirts around there. That's the problem of 11 against 9. There's just absolutely no support whatsoever there. So Malou will try and find a bit of space around the back here. He's won the corner kick. No more. Well, from a set piece, they do have a chance to catch the opponents unawares. El Souli will drive a shot in, and he scores! Screamer, El Soulia. And it's 4 times beaten now for Mohamed Al-Awais on debut. Well, it's not often he strikes, but this is an excellent finish. Amr Al-Soulia, a week ago playing for his nation at the African Cup of Nations, brings his supporters to their feet. It's a cracking strike from the 31-year-old. His last goal came against Kaizer Chiefs in the African Champions League final. 1 touch there, and the second is strong enough to beat the goalkeeper. He whipped the shot in just curls inside the upright. Goalkeeper helpless. And the scoreline is so emphatic here, thanks to El Sulia. And under the lights of Al Nahyan, the embarrassment, the humiliation continues for the Saudi Arabian champions. What a scoreline. Al Hilal 0, Al Ahly 4. And Al Ahly have emulated Internacional in scoring 4 times in the third-place match in the FIFA Club World Cup. That was back in 2010 that Internacional registered those 4 goals. 3 different scores on the day here now for the Egyptians, who have still got more time to add if they should wish. Well, it is Marega here to try and pull one back. Save made, follow up, ball loose. Still Marega with a chance, but the flag has been raised. It would have been mere consolation for the Malian international had he managed to prod that one home. Big chance. Could have been offside ultimately. We would have found out had the technology been brought into use. As it happens, the save was made by Ali Lutfi. That's why the flag was raised. But we do have this virtual offside technology, tracking human limbs. And, there's a switch coming out on here with a very, very popular number 11, Walid Soliman, the 37-year-old, coming on in place of Dieng, who's had a wonderful tournament. Aliou Dieng from Mali, much happier than his compatriot Marega today. What a good time to come on as a substitute. He gets a special hug because Dieng has played remarkably well in every single game here. And some very happy memories here today, you would imagine, for the Egyptian players. One Mali international, Maloul. I use the phrase, a question of character now for Al Hilal's players, the ones who are still out there. And that was never more true than it is now. You're 4 goals behind, you've still got 24 minutes left to save face. And it really is a stunning and unexpected scoreline. Al Ahly look again. 5 would sound particularly sweet. That field must feel very large to those Al Hilal players right now. Acres of it for the Egyptians to exploit, should they try. Now 2 more Al Hilal players have just completed a warming-up exercise in the belief that they're going to get a run out here. There's more defending for those in grey to achieve. Check and a turn and a layback for Fatih. Maloul, I'm sure he'd love to get on the score sheet today. He's had a couple of good chances. El Sulia doesn't go for the goal this time, but he will lay one across here. There must be a pullback, must be a chance of a 5th goal. They're all over the shop, but the ball is into the sky and almost out of the stadium, which is a huge punt. See how high this one goes over the crossbar. Goalkeeper again not really at the races, and it's smashed miles over the top ultimately there by, well, there were 2 going for it together, if you could see. Sheriff was one of the 2. Goalkeeper fails once again to get a finger on the ball, and I won't say they were queuing up, but from the clearance there from the Korean defender, it's a question of who wanted it the most. And the ball flew high right out of the stadium. Still 22 minutes remaining, at least, as Al Hilal prepare to bring on two players, Mohamed El Bourek and Musab Al Juwel. Well, they look as though they've got the hunger for more goals, that's for sure. Queuing up, keeper makes the save from Fatih this time. Centrally stationed, and that was exactly where he needed to be. And now I think we can use the phrase damage limitation. But without question, the Al Hilal defence has been all at sea today from the word go. And rarely threatened as a potent force. Their attack non-existent. You do wonder why Odion Igalo, their most recent signing, was left out. It could get even worse here. There are 5. Surely they're not going to make a mess of this. It's a rout. It's a horror of a day. 2 for him now as well. 2 for Abdul Qadir to go with 2 for Yasser and 1 for El Sulia. 5-0, but the referee may well change things here. Question of whether there was an offside. The arm is raised, just on a check, and the referee says, wait a moment before I give the go for kick-off. He's still taking information. But I think that Al Hilal do believe that it was offside and that there is going to be no 5th goal, not for now anyway. The Egyptian support silenced. They always say it was a tight one in those situations, and tight it was. And now that double switch will be made, with the Musab coming on in place of Jang, the Korean defender. Very happy to be relieved, I would imagine, by the 18-year-old Musab. Only made his debut last September. And the other change is being made as well here, with Mohamed Al Bourek getting an opportunity in place of Yasser. Goalkeeper can claim this one. We've passed the 70-minute mark now, and he's not going to forget his debut in a hurry. It's not one that he regard with much relish. And that was sloppy. He just played the ball against the opponent there, which has gifted it back to Al Ahly. I think back in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh, they'll be a little bit stunned by this poor performance, you have to say, from the Al Hilal side, which had performed so creditably against Chelsea. They created excellent chances in that match. They scored 6 times against Al Jazira, but distinctly second best on this afternoon. Much of that traceable to the fact that they had 2 red cards in the first half. And Al Ahly too good not to take advantage of that, as this one is headed out for a corner kick. And that rather sums up the afternoon for the Saudi Arabian side. No talking, I think, is the message there. No communication. That was Salim Al-Dassari put the ball out. Well, here we have the offside verdict. Just left toe. That's excellent from the virtual reality offside. This was the charge, and they were always going to score from there, but they didn't, as it turned out. The thing is, everybody wants to get on the score sheet when it's 11 against 9. Walid Soliman. So Al Ahly have managed to keep their discipline. By and large, they've had 3 players booked, but they've kept their shape throughout. They've frustrated the opponent. They've Played the ball around beautifully, and they continue to do so here. Oh, it's lovely to watch. The ball is taken away from Walid Soliman, and as it happens, the flag is raised ultimately. Malul once again at the heart of all that's good about these Al Ahly attacks, but he was offside there, as you can see. So was Walid Soliman. In fact, there might have been 3 in red. Straying too far. This has been a somewhat humbling experience for Al Hilal, though. They did beat African opposition in the shape of Esperance in 2019 with a goal from Bafa Timbi Gomes, who has just left the club for Galatasaray in Turkey, replaced by Igalo. So he started the 2 previous games, but not today. Gomes had scored 11 times this season in the Saudi Pro League before leaving for Galatasaray. But we're hoping Igalo can replace those goals with his. A lovely takedown here, cross ball in as well, another shooting chance. It's put over the top on this occasion. They're almost queuing up here. He grimaces, he knows that he should well have found the target there. Somewhat hapless effort in the end from El Shahat. That winning goal against Al Duhail of Qatar last year, but can't find the net this time. 15 minutes to go. 4-0 the score. And I imagine Pitso Motsimane, the 57-year-old South African coach, will regard this as one of the highlights of his coaching career, which began with Supersport United and continued through Mamelodi Sundowns. He was assistant to Carlos Alberto Pereira for South Africa at the 2010 World Cup finals in his own country. He's really made a mark on the club scene, as Al Hilal tried to make a mark in the other half for once. Ran out of ground there. Quarter of an hour to go. I can't imagine the referee will play much added time. There would be no point here. I have the feeling that this contest was won and lost a long time ago. Fati. Well offside. I could tell from here that that was a good 5 yards. He makes his run there, and that's how far offside he was. You get the feeling this is some reward for those Egyptian players. Misery last Sunday, losing that penalty shootout in the Africa Cup of Nations final to Senegal. And of course eliminated after the first round of matches in this Club World Cup, eliminated by Palmeiras. Keeper's got to be sure here, he should get to the ball. One of the substitutes who's come on, but may lose out. Enough of red shirts around. But he was clever enough to win a free kick. Mohamed El Bourek, what a regular place under the famous former international Ramon Diaz, who was one of those who coached Al Hilal. sure Al Hilal would love to just get one goal to remember from this occasion in the United Arab Emirates, but they can't afford to give the ball away like that. And that was somewhat ambitious from Soliman. Walid Soliman, who has scored 44 times for Al Ahly over the years. Played way back in 2012 at the Club World Cup that year. But again, all the red shirts are massed here to prevent any great movement forward, so that's why the ball goes back to the goalkeeper. Well, punished for that little barge into the back. Just over 10 minutes remaining. Maybe high on the priority list of Al Hilal is not to figure as the side that has suffered the largest margin of defeat in the Club World Cup, and they're headed that way at the moment, losing by 4 goals. They have already established a new record in recording the biggest margin of victory in that 6-1 success against Al Jazira, so they really are rewriting the history books here. But it looks like going down as being another famous day in the history of Al Ahly. They'd love to tell people around the world that they've won more trophies than any other club. 42-time Egyptian League champions. 10-time African Champions League winners as well. And their fans are chanting the Olays right now as they just keep the ball in their possession. Now they go a little bit longer. Keeper off the line, ball tucked out, goal kick. Final touch was off Wahid Soliman. I think a goal for him really would put the icing on the cake for the Egyptian fans. We're starting to make a bit of noise again now. They've been largely quieter this 45 minutes. I think they had a lot to cheer about in the first half. And there's 3 goals in 40 minutes, just the one added in this second half from El Soulia. The most spectacular of the 4 goals. Trying to cut the opposition open again, and here is a terrific runner. There are 3 across in the centre in red, but he's just failed to cut that ball back, and it does end up in the hands of goalkeeper Alois. Looks like being a very brief run out for the recent Brazilian acquisition, Michael, formerly of Flamengo. And of course lost the South American final to Palmeiras. And Michael could have been playing against Palmeiras today. This is launched long. Question whether the fullback can do much about it. Succeeds in keeping the ball in play. And they contrive the clearance very well this time. That was much better. Forward goes Saud Abdul Hamid. But unfortunately, Al Hilal largely a non-entity as in attacking force throughout this game. To everybody's amazement, I think. They've been languid at times and lifeless at times. Now they do put a bit of pep into this move, wanting that one goal which would lift their day. Well, this one lifted all right, but wide of the mark. Always going wide from the left boot of Musab. And Michael is coming on for these closing moments, replacing Salim Al-Dassoury. hugely interesting character, Michael. Brought up in difficult circumstances in a tough area of Brazil. And he's going to have half a dozen tough minutes of a different type here on the football field. Come on a substitute in all 3 matches. He only joined Al Hilal a couple of weeks ago. Had a good goal-scoring record with Flamengo, known as the Little Robot. Scored 12 times for them in 69 matches. Ali Maloul from Tunisia. A little over 5 minutes remaining. And I suspect Al Hilal will be delighted that they've managed to concede only once in this half. It looked like twice when Abdelkader popped the ball into the net, but he was given offside. Yasser, who scored those 2 first-half goals, both with headers, both close range, both poorly defended against. There have to be gaps there somewhere where there are only 9 opponents. Just a question of finding that gap for Al Ahly at the moment. It's a familiar pattern this, the ball played out wide to Maloul and then he plays it back and across the middle they go, try to spread the play to the flanks. And it's Maloul flank the ball comes to again, this is forward, now Maloul will race after it, he may get there first, skips over the challenge and a bit too heavy on the pass. Four minutes left. There's going to be a very tiny little bit of action for 2 more Al Ahly players here. Just to say that they played in the game, I think. Not much other point really in bringing them on, but they will come on now. And the first of the switches sees the withdrawal of Abdelkader, scorer of that 3rd goal. His replacement is Mikison. And Mahmoud Wahid has got a run out with Maloul, who's been really excellent going off. So I think the message is, go and enjoy yourself, boys, for 3 minutes. This one could be over the top of the entire defence. Mikison is one of those tussling for it, and he gets the touch on the ball, and he skips through the first challenge as well. Player who made a big mark in Tanzania. Won the Cup and League double there. Luis Mikison from Mozambique, originally. First touch on the ball down the left-hand side as well for Mahmoud Wahid. Have to guard against being offside here. There were 2 red shirts that were in offside positions. But they do strike the ball around as confidently as you would expect of a side leading by 4 clear goals. Oh, wonderful dribbling skills as well. Who's going to collide with this ball? Well, not for long do the grey shirts have possession. And just a couple of minutes remaining of the 90 now. Have Al Ahly settled for 4 as a margin. A 50-50 ball, which the Egyptian wins initially. Despite his tricks, he has to keep battling away to try and get a corner kick out of this. And, Al Hilal managed to extricate themselves and then get a ball forward, but very easily covered. Sulia back there in defensive mode now, having withdrawn from a midfield position. Onside here. Last chance of a 5th goal, possibly. Chance spurned for the moment. Fatih tries it. flashes by the uprights. Would have been a lovely moment there for Hamdi Fati. He has got one goal. He scored a winner in a recent league game. Just off the mark. And somehow 5-0 always sounds more horrible than 4-0 from an opposition point of view. So at least it stays 4-0. In the last minute of the 90, Al Ahly a total number of 20 shots today. Al Hilal a meagre 2 and not one on the target. What an easy day the goalkeeper Ali Lutfi has had. 30 seconds remaining, and then we'll see if the referee is going to add any time on. Normally it's 30 seconds per substitute for starters. A couple of injuries, but I think he may decide to add as little as possible on today. Palmeiras there has had absolutely no service at all. The coach, it's back to the drawing board for him. This was the last thing I think he expected. And Al Hilal for the second time will have to accept 4th place in this Club World Cup. A repetition of their previous appearance. But for Al Ahly it's going to be a third place. They beat Club America to finish 3rd in 2006, winning by 2-1. Last year they beat Palmeiras on penalty kicks after a scoreless match. They beat them 4-3 on penalties. And here today it's looking like a 4-0 triumph against the Pride of Asia Al Hilal. 2 minutes it is. They do win the ball, and it does give a little chance here for Michael to come in and try and nick something, but the offside flag was raised. Looks like being a scoreless day then for Al Hilal for the second game running, but the performance against Chelsea was admirable, and to only get beaten 1-0 by a Romelu Lukaku goal for the European champions was admirable. Today, rather less memorable, I'm afraid. Humbled by the Egyptians, the African champions at Al Ahly, who are moving into the opposition half for the last time today, one imagines, with El Sulia initially. And it's been a stroll in the park in the second half. There's one notable moment, the goal from El Sulia. They do have bodies forward again here to try and find goal number 5. It's not going to happen. Goalkeeper sprawls. What a debut for Mohamed Al-Awais, beaten 4 times. And he was culpable on certainly 1, if not 2 of the goals. It's all over. 3rd place in the FIFA Club World Cup of 2022 goes to the Egyptian side, Al Ahly, known as the Red Devils, and they were far too potent for Al Hilal from Saudi Arabia today. Yasser Ibrahim, 2 goals, Ahmed Abdelkader and Amro El Sulia the others. 4-0, Al Ahly have triumphed and take 3rd place. Al Hilal settle for 4th. So however it was achieved, it was rarely in doubt from the moment that Al Ahly took a lead, and they just built on that momentum, and the 2 red cards for Al Hilal players in the first half, for Mateus Pereira and for Mohamed Kano, were really their undoing. The goals coming at regular intervals, with Yasser Ibrahim heading Al Ahly in front at 8 minutes, adding to that score on 17 with another header before half-time. Ahmed Abdelkader, who's on loan from Smuha, had made it 3. And a spectacular effort in the second half from Amro El Sulia, a week on from playing in the African Cup of Nations final against Senegal. Put the misery behind him and brought some pleasure back into his life. And it all summed up to a 4-0 success for Al Ahly, who claimed 3rd place in the FIFA Club World Cup for the 3rd time in their history, the first club ever to achieve that momentous target.
Coach, what happened today?
we start not good. After the 2 red, it's very difficult to play 9 with 11. I think in second time, the guys organized the team with the good mentality. The not best period in the second time.
How did you start the second time? What did you fix?
Now we need to work, rest together, and respect Ahly Hilal is more important.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, coach. سعود عبد الحميد هارد لك. المباراة كانت صعبة اليوم، خصوصا لما كنت اتكلم مع المدرب قال لي لما تلعب ناقص 2 حتكون صعبة، خصوصا مع الاهلي. كيف كانت الصعوبة اليوم مداها؟
اول شيء بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، الحمد لله على كل حال، قدر الله ما شاء فعل. ممكن الطرد يعني من بداية المباراة هو اللي اثر علينا تقريبا، وتسجيل الاهلي الهدف بدري ممكن هذا كمان اثر علينا زيادة، بس ان شاء الله نعوض في الجاي باذن الله.
لما بدأت الشوط الثاني ايش كان ممكن الحلول اللي كان ممكن تلعبونها؟
ممكن انت شايف المباراة يعني عندنا طردين من الشوط الاول، ما يمديك يعني تهاجم الا انك تدافع، بس الحمد لله قدرنا نسوي اللي علينا. مبروك للنادي الاهلي، هارد لك لنا.
هارد لك سعود، شكرا لك.
It's a red letter day for the Red Devils. They had twice as much possession of the football throughout. They had 20 shots during the course of 90 minutes and succumbed to only 2, neither of which were on the target. But those 2 red cards indicated at the foot of your screen there for Al Hilal players, Mohamed Kano and Mateus Pereira, were hugely significant in the outcome of this contest, which Al Ahly have won by 3-0. They also had 3 yellow cards, by the way. So it is Al Ahly who take 3rd place for the 3rd time in their history and in the Club World Cup. And later this evening, Chelsea will meet Palmeiras. That's Europe against South America for the right to claim the title of the best club side in the world for the FIFA Club World Cup in United Arab Emirates. Al Ahly finished 3rd, Al Hilal finished 4th. Always hard to know what to expect of the 3rd place game here. The Saudi Arabian side, Al Hilal, performed really creditably against Chelsea, but they were behind early on here. A free header for Yasser Ibrahim as well, a rare goal for him. 1-0 early on, but the things were to get worse. The match was to turn really on 2 big incidents. Mateus Pereira sent off for that challenge, an immediate red card for him. Going in a little too hard there on the opponent El Sulia. And